Hey everybody, wanted to give a quick update on my 2014 Mercedes Benz GLK250 Bluetec 4MATIC. So I'm gonna call this my 2,000 mile update. Not quite there. I haven't quite reached putting 2,000 miles on it myself, but it'll be a day or two. Sitting at 146 and change right now. Got it at 144,313, something like that. But so the short version is it has been completely trouble-free. I actually just took it on a 400-mile road trip yesterday, and it performed brilliantly. It was a trip up into the mountains, so there were lots of mountain overpasses and some steep dirt roads and some challenging conditions, well, at least for a car like this. And it did great. I averaged just a hair over 30 miles per gallon for the whole trip. That included setting the cruise at 79 on the highway for the highway stretches, and decent amount of idling while we had a picnic lunch. So yeah, but this car, I think, is going to be very reliable for the long term, based on my initial impression with it so far. I made a video a while back about, well, not a while back, just a few days ago, about something leaking under the car that at first appeared to be oil, then it disappeared, and then it seemed like it was coolant. It kind of threw me off because it was black, but when I did change the coolant, it was the first coolant change this car ever had. It was quite black. So black coolant mixed with whatever dirt is under the engine definitely appeared nearly like oil. I talked a little bit more about that in that video. But my theory is that was just a situation where when I had changed the coolant, something got stuck, some coolant got stuck somewhere under the car, came out for whatever reason a couple days later, and then I haven't had any issues with that since, especially on the 400-mile trip. I did check a couple times. Coolant level really hasn't budged. It did settle a couple times after the change, and I just attribute that to burping the last little bit of air out of the system. I did one or two top-ups. I may need to do another one. Just a tiny bit, maybe a couple ounces, just to get it up to the level. So yeah, that doesn't seem to be an issue. I'm going to be changing the transmission fluid here in the next week or two. On the 722.9 transmission, if you don't know what you're doing, it is a nightmare job. I found that out the hard way when I did the job on my E350 a few years ago. But I have learned a lot of things, and I don't know if I'm going to make a video about that or not. There's plenty of videos out there about that, or just make videos specific to this car and my experience with it. Yeah, the other thing, I think this car has like a level sensor for the oil, so if I was losing oil, I would have seen it in the instrument cluster. But yeah, comment about, I did make a video where I hung my phone down into the engine compartment and saw that the intake manifold was covered with oil, and there was dripping oil down the pipe that runs up to the intake manifold. So for now, I'm going to attribute that to just normal oil in the intake for a turbocharged engine, especially one that's approaching 150,000 miles. I do know that both the intake manifold and the turbo are covered under the extended warranty. So I may have that checked, but not right away, probably more toward the end of the extended warranty. One other thing that I noticed when reviewing the history on this car is that there weren't any reported issues with things like swirl flap motors or gunking up intakes or anything like that. And then I've also read on forums that people have put 300,000 miles on this engine without any major issues. So I am initially thinking that probably won't have any issues related to soot buildup inside the intake system, but who knows? I mean, with that oil, perhaps that's excessive oil. Maybe it is an issue. But for now, I'm just going to drive and maintain it. When I first bought the car, the dealer had just done an oil change, and they're actually a very reputable, good dealer. They actually we got some gunk on the road here. Try to avoid that. I just hosed the car off to get all the dust off. But anyway, they actually ordered the correct oil from Mercedes Benz. It's a dealership and a shop. They also work on exotic cars. Oh, we got some fun drama here. That's okay. So I think they know what they're doing on something like a Mercedes. I'm going to lower my phone here just to the speedometer while I pass this construction zone. But yeah, so there's just a hair under 2,000 miles on this oil. I think I'll go ahead and let it go to at least 150,000 on the odometer. I've heard rumors that the engine in this car is susceptible to timing chain issues. That's also covered under the warranty as well. But I really would rather not deal with that. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the oil clean. Let's see, are we getting over yet here? No, we're not. There we go. Now it's time to get over. Go ahead and raise that back up out of the construction zone there. Yeah, so based on the history, I have the complete history of this car from day one, which was a huge plus in me buying it. They basically followed the owner's manual recommendations. They averaged, I'm going to say, about 9,000 miles per oil change, except the people who had it, the second owners, they had it a little over 5 years. They had it changed at 130 and then not again after that. So I think that's why the dealer that I bought it from decided to change it, because it was 4,000 miles over. So what, about 14,000 miles on the oil. I don't think doing that once is going to make a huge difference. But also, I think that's why I'm going to try to get it back on the cycle of every 10,000 miles. So I don't think it'll hurt anything to do it at 150. Reward the car for hitting 150. Typically, I don't go over overboard in changing the oil. I do what the owner's manual recommends, sometimes 10 or 20% longer. And I've never had any issues. So we'll see how that pans out. At the rate I'm going, I'll hit 150,000 miles in the next month, 6 weeks or so. I've got another road trip planned here in the next few days, and I still drive it quite a bit. This has become my main driver, which actually makes me wonder what the heck I'm going to do with my 540D. That was kind of a bucket list car, and originally I planned to keep it forever, but I don't know. We'll see. For now, I plan on keeping it, but that one may go to be replaced with something else interesting. This car here scratches my diesel itch. The 540D has been acting up a little bit, so I'm not sure what I want to do about that. But anyway, that's my I said short update, and here we are 11 minutes in. All right, well, have a great day, everyone. I do find it fascinating that people actually find what I have to say interesting enough to subscribe and watch my videos, so thank you for that. It's always kind of fascinating to me that there are people out there that have similar interests, and yeah, if you're one of those and you made it this far, just say hi, comment down in the video. Let me know what kind of cars you like, what kind of cars you have, and what you like about my videos. Thanks. Have a good one.